Hey, you might want to put on a helmet so it don't make a mess when I blow your mind.
Hey, how you doing today? Name's Gabrielle, so make a move out the way. Hey, who you trying to be? I can barely walk straight, so don't follow me.
This is the Flipside, fans of the insanity. I'm JD, TheMediaJack. You can follow me all over social media at that handle, TheMediaJack, be it Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter. Now, today on the Flipside, we're going to go over some interviews that I conducted a couple of months ago when I was down in Vancouver, a part of Vancouver's Fan Expo. Talked to some cosplayers as well as one of my favorite interviewees, Andy Ray, and the incomparable, beautiful, very talented YouTuber, formerly of SourceFed Nerd, and formerly from Rooster Teeth, Meg Turney. She's going to be here on the Flipside. In fact, we'll get to that interview right now. It is an absolute honor to finally meet you in person.
Oh, thank you so much.
2 years ago, just by complete happenstance, I ran into Trisha Hirschberger and Steve Zaragoza at E3.
Okay.
And I had quick interviews with them, but Steve was very busy and Trish was just finishing up a segment for SourceFed at the time. And of course, SourceFed is where I discovered, if that's, like, this is weird.
Fair
because
enough.
like, you're there and it's like, there, I found her. No, it's like you came onto SourceFed and I instantly became a fan because of your talent, your personality, and also just how much fun you had on that show.
Thank you.
You've since moved on. You're now into Rooster Teeth, and that moved on, right?
Yeah.
And now you're your own
I'm
brand.
just my own man. It's been amazing. The fans have been incredible. They basically enable everything that I do at this point, and it's been really, really fun. I get to make costumes, and I feel like I get a chance to be more directly connected to my fans and provide the content that they want. I also get to, bounce stuff off of them. Do you like this? Do you not like this? Like, I'm thinking about doing this. How do you guys feel about that? It's been really, really incredible. It's a very scary thing to leave an established company. It was scary to leave SourceFed. It was really where, like you said, I came up and people really discovered me there. I don't think I would have had the balls to leave SourceFed had I not had the encouragement from Phil, who said, spread your wings, go find what you want to do. And he's always said SourceFed should be a springboard for his hosts, and I think he's really lived up to that. And the same for Rooster Teeth. I think when you have that kind of gut check, what am I going to be doing? Who am I going to be without these companies? It's scary. It's very scary. And the fans have been incredible to me and have made that landing and that leap so soft. So I'm incredibly grateful.
Speaking of scary situations at Rooster Teeth, you hit your head.
I did.
Yeah.
I got a concussion.
They're not fun at all.
No.
They're very scary because it's not like a broken arm or like a dislocated rib or anything like that. It's not just something that you can power through.
Right.
You have to take time to heal.
Yeah, it was rough. It was really rough. Especially, I think the scariest thing obviously was not being able to recall. When I hit my head, at first I kind of tried to shake it off because we were filming something and there were a lot of people there, and I thought, just give me a second, let me drink some water. And then I realized I was in real trouble when one of the guys who was watching, Kyle, said, do you want me to go grab Gavin? And I couldn't remember where Gavin was. I just started mumbling about, I know he's not here, but I don't know where he is. And I couldn't recall. I actually don't remember talking to him on the phone. Apparently, I asked him when he was coming home a lot. I kept asking the same questions. Apparently, I kept making the same jokes over and over because that's how I deal with scary situations.
Yeah.
So it was definitely very scary. Everybody was so kind in helping me get back on my feet. And the same with the seizure. So I had a seizure a few months after that, and it was very scary. Once again, not knowing what's going on with your body, but everybody has been so kind and helping me not only to get back on my feet and giving me the time to heal, but also encouraging me to get back out there. And I was back in Australia a week after my seizure, hanging out with fans. So everybody was really cool.
Was it a bit of a step back for you? Almost surprising to see so many people being so supportive? Yeah,
I don't think we had told people when I was in Australia. I don't think we had told anyone yet about the seizure, but they were just so kind and so sweet and supportive about my head injury. Not only that, but also about the good stuff that was going on. Sorry.
That's fine.
The good stuff that's going on in my life. And it's really, really cool. It's always I think people have this assumption that when you have a fan base, that you just expect that they're always going to be there, that they're always going to be kind to you, and that they're always going to be supportive, and you don't. I think the best people that I've met in this industry, and I try to keep this in mind, are the people who never lose that sense of happiness, of surprise, and of gratitude for the fans that they have.
SourceFed reporter, Rooster Teeth reporter, cosplayer, Playboy.
Yeah?
What's next?
Hopefully, I'd like to do a foreign Playboy publication, so like the actual print magazine would be really, really cool. In fact, getting in any print magazine these days is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'd love to do that. I'm going to Japan very soon. We'll be doing some videos from there as well. Calendar, I have a calendar coming out at the beginning of December.
Now, for those uninformed, how can they follow Meg Turney on social media?
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Meg Turney, on Facebook, Meg Turney Cosplay, Instagram, Doll with a Gun, Patreon, Meg Turney, Twitch, Meg Turney, all those places and more.
It's pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adam.
David. I'm Todd.
Ryan.
Are you in this?
My name's Wyatt.
What's the organization you guys are with?
We're the Ghostbusters of British Columbia.
Tell me more. Tell me, what is the Ghostbusters of British Columbia? What do they do?
We're a fan group of the movie Ghostbusters, so any and everything Ghostbusters we love. We like to recreate the costumes, props, outfits, anything like that, and get up and attend these conventions when they come up.
You guys do community events and charity work and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, exactly. Today we're doing a photo booth for the BC Children's Hospital Foundation, so people are making a donation, and then they get to wear a proton pack, take a photo. In the past, we've done food drives for Food Bank, the Lower Mainland Christmas Bureau, and
The Red Cross.
The Red Cross. We've also
Red Cross for Alberta, for the
Yeah.
Alberta wildfires. We did a fundraiser for that at Toy Traders, who is also here.
Yeah.
They have a booth as well, so we've worked with them, and we work with, just like other like stores and charities within the same realm of what we do. And no, it's great. We have a wonderful community here.
Yeah.
So you guys, I'm assuming you guys build your own proton packs and...
Yeah, I'm currently working on one, and it's turned out to be a little more than I expected, but it's all part of the fun of it. So
It's a good craft, a good trade.
So you guys, I see like different versions, and I see a gold-plated one.
That's
and
mine.
That's yours.
That's mine.
I'm guessing so by the outfit.
That's right. I am one of a kind. I will tell you that right now. I am like the king of the ghost heads. So I have like the gold pack. I got my crown. I got my bling. I got my shades. I got my custom swag. And the swagger to go with it.
Unfortunately, he did not bring the Axe body spray. It's merciful today.
Well, it was looking a little crowded. I didn't want to gas everybody out today, so.
So you guys have individual roles within your organization?
Well, sometimes we kind of take turns. Like I've organized events, Dave has organized events, Todd's organized events.
Okay.
We've got like Adam, Peter, and George kind of like they kind of deal with the car, as we do have a car.
Really?
Would you like to talk about the car?
it is a 1977 Cadillac hearse,
Beautiful.
sitting on 20s wires, all blacked out.
Cool.
Our buddy Peter, who's wandering around the facility right now, it's his. And yeah, he built everything from scratch, the car up, everything.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he initially bought it. His father bought it with a limo, and it came with it. And
A limo and a hearse.
Yeah, pretty much.
What is your role in all of this?
I just show up. We got.
That's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah. Well, we all got a couple months ago. We all got these Ghost Corps cadet pens, and I think I deserved it out the most because I'm the most cadetist of the people here. I'm like the youngest, so.
Yeah, that's true.
He's our junior.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Can people join your ranks?
Oh, totally. Yeah. We always kind of tell people like just to kind of start off, have your uniform. We can help you start collect stuff to build a pack.
Yeah.
Or if you even already have one, like come on board. And I think our number one rule is be cool.
Yeah.
Like, no drama, be cool. Like,
Have gear, have some fun. That's about it.
yeah, like that's what it really comes down to.
Some people join up, they just get a ruby pack.
Yeah.
Other people, they go gung-ho. You can buy $25 for a pack, or you can really put some investment into it.
Yeah, we're not crazy structured. Like we don't have a heavy set of rules, kind of like the 501st, which is fine for them because they kind of need it. They're very like part of Disney in that sort of sense, so they kind of have to represent. for us, we do represent Sony. We are actually like now officially official franchise by Sony.
Nice.
But at the same time, they see that all the franchises have their own personality. Like I said, like we have our own swag and we have our own style patch. So they kind of like push for that. They really want us to do that and become our own and stand out.
But at the end of the day, it's about having fun. So if anybody wants to be a Ghostbuster and have some fun, we want to be able to support that. So as long as we all get along, have fun, don't take it too seriously, then it's all good.
Yeah.
And it's great going out in uniform, out to the bar, have a few drinks.
And I know it's like a bunch of dudes here right now, but we do actually have women on the team as well. So
It's not a complete sausage fest.
yeah, it's a
Check us out on YouTube. Well, we got a YouTube series going every once in a while.
Okay. What's the YouTube channel?
It's under him.
Well, you can search Ghostbusters of British Columbia and you'll find it. It's under my channel, but you can find it.
And there's other videos there from our tour of New York. Like we did a Ghostbusters tour there, and from other conventions.
Dragon Con in Atlanta. We went to Fan Expo in Toronto.
Really? Yeah, like all that stuff. So we do make our rounds, and we were even just in LA for the Ghostbusters premiere in July.
Yeah.
Myself and Todd worked on the film, so you'll see our names in the credits as well. So
Wow.
yeah, man, we're hung pretty tight to this little franchise. So, and it's now relevant again, so that's nice.
I don't think it's so much as now relevant again. It's now more relevant.
More relevant than
That's a
ever.
Ghost Heads buzzword.
More relevant than ever.
Gotcha. So if you guys were to stay true to any one of the culture of Ghostbusters, be it movies, cartoons, or even fan fiction, what would you say is your root source?
Well, for me, as a kid, I would have to say it was the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yeah.
That's what introduced me to everything. It was, and believe it or not, before I even saw the cartoon, I saw the toys. So that was like a big thing for me. And then, of course, then introduced the movie. Still loved it, even though Egon wasn't blonde and I didn't care. But right now, I would say, like, as much as I love the new movie, I love the new comic. Dan Schoening, who's the artist of the comic, actually lives in Victoria. He's a BC boy too. Eric Burnham, who's the writer, he's actually down in the States, but they stay very connected with us as well and the fans. A lot of us have made cameo appearances in the comic.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, and I love the comic. It's so well written. They actually even crossed over with the cartoon series. They've crossed over with Ninja Turtles. Like, it's so much fun. You can't deny those guys love and have a passion for the franchise.
Yeah.
And it's great. So I would say for me, it's the comic. Right now, as a kid, the cartoon. Now is the comic. Awesome. I love it.
What about you?
Well, the way I was introduced to Ghostbusters, like how most people from like the New Millennium are, so we all know the song, we know Stay Puft, we know Slimer. But then I remember one time my friend, he put on Ghostbusters 2, and we were like, what the hell is this?
I still have that reaction.
Yeah. We only watched the first like half an hour though, because then I had to go leave, and I always had that memory of like sitting in his bedroom watching Ghostbusters 2. Yeah. And then I remember on TV a couple of years ago for the 30th anniversary, they were putting on the movies and stuff like that, and I watched it and I was like, holy crap, this is good. So then because I'm a huge nerd, so I was like, I'm definitely going to make myself a proton pack and do this and do that. So that's kind of sort of how I got into this and all. And then I found out about them and I was like, hey, can I join? And they're like, yeah, sure, why not?
Mine's definitely the movie is what got me interested, keeps me going, but nowadays it's the fan fiction, the fan films, and seeing how everyone else contributes to the ongoing story. That's what keeps me inspired.
Original movies ties into the comic books. It's the same story, just developed longer. And the cartoons and stuff are nice.
The original movie and my buddy Peter, who's got the actual Ecto-1 car.
No way.
Well, I was.
Oh yeah,
the hearse. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So finally, where can someone find you guys on social media or on the website?
Facebook.com/Ghostbusters of BC and on Twitter at Ghostbusters_BC.
My name's Neil Jensen and I'm the owner of Props and Stuff.
You have an incredible display here at Fan Expo. Like, where do I start here? Because you have that giant behemoth behind you, and then you have characters from Star Wars. You have a baby Groot holding a candy bucket. Like, how did you get into this?
I was a collector originally, and with being a young family, I really couldn't, afford to be a collector. So, I found a way of making stuff for other collectors, and that's how I got into it. Because I basically would make people their custom toys, unique ones that were never made by any other companies that I would see on TV shows, movies, so forth. And so I put them on eBay, and I built a clientele from there. And 15 years later, and here I am.
Now, your company is Props and Stuff.
Yes.
Do you generally work with one or a few types of material, or are you like vast with your materials you build with.
Yeah, it's a wide range. My trade is I'm a millwright, so I weld, I fabricate, I machine, so I have a lot of range from ABS, PVC, styrofoam, coating the styrofoam in plastic, vacuum forming, so I do a lot of variety of techniques in order to make something.
Now, you do different scales of things, miniatures all the way up to life size and beyond?
Absolutely. I do model kits. Some model kits, like say spaceships, don't come with cockpits and pilots. So I'll do as small as 1/72 scale, so that figure is only 1 inch tall. And so I sculpt the little people and right up from 1-to-1 scale, I've done as tall as 16 feet tall statues.
Now, do you do piecework and custom orders as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's where I like having my own toy line, aftermarket kits, even He-Man. I make all the thrones, Skeletor thrones and Hordak thrones, things I've never made before. And so instead of having your figure just standing on a shelf, now you can have it in a diorama, some furniture for them to sit on. So, it makes it even better, for sure.
What's your favorite pieces to work on, like of the genre of nerdism and FanCon and whatnot?
I like more of the obscure things, like the Disney's movie, The Black Hole. Okay. I love that movie.
Obscure.
It's very, even the TV series Buck Rogers. Yeah. I loved it, and Planet of the Apes, and those are my favorite, and I have a lot of customers, thankfully, that love that as well, so when I get to do these projects, I'm loving it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's your range? Like, is there a specific type of item or genre or something like that you just, care not to go into?
One I don't know anything about is anime. Okay. I have no idea about that. So
good to have a border.
Yeah. And so mostly, of course, is a science fiction, and I have enough orders and work for that genre to work from that I'm pretty content with that.
Now, you make functional props as well. Like I see that's a Sentinel behind you.
Yes.
With Wolverine coming out the top of his head.
Yeah.
It's lit up.
Yes.
So do you do animatronics or lights or anything of the sort?
Just your basic LEDs. Like I do, like for say people's costumes. I'll like for accessories. Like I've done the Batman EMP rifle, and I've added LEDs in it, so it's all lit up. And so yesterday I had a sticky bomb gun, the machined out of ABS, and of course it has lights, lit up screen, and so adding those little bit of details brings it more to life, for sure.
Something I've come across, like I'm just breaking into cosplay myself, and something I've come across as an issue is helmets and visors and stuff like that. Do you do work like that?
I did in the past, but for liability issues now, I kind of stay away from helmets. Unless the face is fully exposed, then I kind of stay away from visors and so forth, just so that if anything does happen, I'd be it'd be awful.
Gotcha.
Their visibility is restricted and they have an accident.
It looks great, but...
Yeah, you cannot see.
Cool.
And you will have an accident.
What's your favorite thing you've built so far, either for a customer or for yourself?
Oh, that's really tough. I would say probably I built a 16-foot Groot.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a really cool project. Mm. And what was hard about it was I couldn't see it. I was building it piece by piece, and I couldn't assemble it to see what it was like until I actually delivered it to the place where it was going. Wow. And so then once I erected it and set it up, then I got to finally see the finished product, and I was so glad everything fit together perfectly. And
stand back. And
yeah,
damn, I'm good.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, yeah. And so it's at Toy Traders out in Langley.
Oh,
yeah,
those guys right over there.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
I built a lot of displays in the store, and it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Where can someone find you online?
You can go to my website, propsandstuff.com, or you can go on eBay. My username on eBay is The Toy Shack.
My name's Rick. It's Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine.
Okay.
Sons of Medusa chapter. That's why there's a Medusa head on there. And inception to first wearing was 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
Wow. What is it made out of? Like, what are your materials, your base materials?
Paper.
Sorry?
Paper.
Paper?
Yeah.
Serious?
There was, I was watching some of the costumes from like Comic-Con and some of that stuff, and there was, they were talking about a program called Pepakura.
Pepakura.
What it does is takes a 2D picture, prints it out so you can fold it up and glue it together to get a 3D image of that picture.
Oh, really?
So somebody a while back figured out they could scale up the size fold it together and make armor out of it. Problem is, paper's not that sturdy.
Fair enough.
So you got a resin, fiberglass, Bondo, and then you get this.
It looks incredible.
It's a little bit longer. A lot of people do it in foam.
Right.
And there's that thermoplastic stuff that people use now.
Okay.
Much easier, but I started it, so wanted to finish it.
Is this your first costume? Is this your first cosplay?
Well, I've always been big into Halloween, but yeah, this is the first one that I made to do something like this with, wear it at a convention.
Okay. Do you have anything like on your bucket list? Do you have another project on the go?
Not right now, no. But I was looking at some of that thermoplastic. It sounds like it's much easier than to do stuff like this. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe Mass Effect or Halo. But that's why I did this, because everybody was doing that. Either everybody's doing Iron Man or Master Chief or Commander Shepard.
Gotcha. You don't see very many Warhammers anymore.
Not unless you go to something specific. There's a few out there. But.
Back in May, you were in Prince George at Northern FanCon, and we met for the first time. I'm speaking with the beautiful, lovely, very talented Andy Ray. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. It's been a wonderful weekend here at Fan Expo Vancouver, and everybody's been so nice, and it's just been so great to get to connect with so many other cosplayers here.
You've been on quite a journey since I saw you back in May. And the big one that we talked about before was you getting ready for BlizzCon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I just did BlizzCon last weekend, and we drove out to California, and then we turned around, got back into Canada on Wednesday night, had one night's rest, and turned around on Friday and drove up here for Fan Expo Van. So it's been an aggressive few weeks of cons, for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. So how was BlizzCon for you? How'd that go?
Oh, BlizzCon was awesome. BlizzCon is one of those things, like I do guest appearances at cons like Fan Expo Vancouver and Fan Expo Canada and Anime North. I did this year and stuff, and so that was great. But BlizzCon's one of the ones that we just paid out of our pockets, and we go for the love of it, just because we do that whole clamoring to get the ticket in the first 20 seconds of the online thing being open, and then we try our best to get a hotel and get there, and it's one of those things where I'm obsessed with Blizzard games, and I have to go to it just to even be in my casual clothes and walk around the con. So
now we're here again at Fan Expo in Vancouver, and you've actually had the opportunity yesterday to do a couple of seminars upstairs.
Yeah, I do panels. I usually do them at most cons. I was surprised, actually, at Northern FanCon that I did not have a panel or do any panels. But I do panels that are based on, obviously, it's centered around cosplay. But the big one that really attracts the most people is my thermoplastics panel, which is working with a material called Warbler to create armor and props and swords and all of that stuff. So that's always the most popular one.
We actually touched on Warbler last time, and you have got it down to a fine skill.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, Warbler is a wonderful medium to use, and that's part of why doing panels at places like this is so great, because as much as, you think everybody's heard of it, a lot of people haven't, and so it really introduces a different level of cosplay to anybody who really wants to experiment with it.
On the topic of cosplay, do you know Nathan DeLuca?
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually started to get some flack earlier, like a couple months ago, because his Tracer cosplay started gaining traction on social media, and some people were coming down on him for doing basically the same thing that any other female cosplayer would do, was translate different sex into his own and have a good time with it. But a lot of people were like giving him a hard time, saying like, that's weird, why would you do that? Do you think this is justified at all?
Oh, of course not. I mean, you want to talk about being given a hard time? I did a female version of McCree from the exact same game that Nathan DeLuca was doing from Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
This gained a lot of traction and made it to the front page of Reddit and the front page of our gaming section of Reddit. And there was about 900 comments on it, and a lot of them were just horrible, awful, really mean comments. You cosplay for yourself, and you cosplay because you love it. People who are going to attack another cosplayer based on anything, whether it be about what you look, what you're wearing, whether it be about your weight, your height, your your gender, your race, anything like that. It's ridiculous. Those people don't deserve your time, and they don't deserve you to even give them a second thought, because it's ignorant people who do not understand this is an art form of expression. Yeah. Nathan, of course he didn't deserve that, but no cosplayer deserves that. I get it. Everybody gets it. I can look at cosplayers all around here, and they probably had one shape or form, some random person on the internet trying to hide behind the visage of a computer and go and attack them and stuff. It's just, you got to focus on the positivity of the community and never let any of the negativity consume you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were also just recently interviewed by like some Telus or something like that, or some sort of documentary?
It was Vice.
Vice?
Yeah,
that's right.
Vice did a story on me when I was at Fan Expo Canada, so that was really cool. Yeah, Vice was great.
It was a great interview on Vice. I was very pleasantly surprised to see you on it.
Yeah.
You're very well spoken. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You did awesome.
Thanve you.
You've done so many interviews. You've now done 2 interviews with me before. Yeah. Is there any interview out there that you just want to be like, no, I want to talk about this? Like, is there a topic that you want to talk about that just never has come up?
No, not really. I mean, it's more so with the interviews and stuff, I mean, they kind of have their own predetermined topics that they want to talk about. Like, a huge one is like, what is your opinion on cosplay is not consent and the entire movement to that and blah, blah, blah. It's just anything that's sort of like the hot topic things and whatever. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that I sort of angle for to talk about in interviews. Mostly I will just get my point across about the positivity of the community and all of that stuff. I mean, I think that's the thing to be remembered. The only issue that can happen sometimes with interviewers is like even with you just asking about Nathan DeLuca and what do you think of that negativity, what do you think whatever, is that a lot of interviewers, they want to focus on the aspects of cosplay that are getting the most heat, that are getting the most negativity. That's why I said the cosplay is not consent. What do you think about sexualized cosplay? What do you think about this kind of stuff? And I mean, it's like, why are people even bothering focusing on that? You should be focusing on the person who's sitting there working night after night trying to get something done and then gets to a con and makes people smile, and that's the important thing, is the community. I mean, hot button issues are going to come and go, and people are always going to have a problem with something, and people are always going to have something to say about some hot topic within the community. But the main thing is that it's just to focus on the positivity. I mean, it's funny with all sorts of interviews, there's always at least one controversial question asked, which is fair enough, right? Because people want to make things interesting, but it's just, to me, I choose so not to focus on any of that stuff. It's like it doesn't exist.
Well, I wish I didn't have to bring it up, but Nathan and I have actually become pretty good friends online, and it's like I was backing him up when the whole thing happened. I was like, this is ridiculous. So
of course it's ridiculous, but I mean, the fact that it is so absolutely ludicrous that somebody is going to make a comment about somebody because they are cosplaying another gender or something is, I don't know, it's insanity. To me, it is just one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to go back to playing Overwatch and I'm going to just ignore this stuff, like, because it's not even worth my brain cells to process such negativity and such like bigotry like that. It's just not. So to me, I can understand a lot. Some people are more, sensitive to the subjects and whatever, but people are jerks and I just don't even give it time of day with that. So
thank you, Andy.
Of course.
What's your social media so people can follow you?
It's just, you can go onto Instagram and go under Andy Ray Cosplay, or on Facebook Andy Ray Cosplay, or on Twitch Andy Ray Cosplay. It's my name, cosplay, at the end of it.
Well, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You got another great layout here.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Every time I walk by, you're always busy. People always here.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Fan Expo, Vancouver. This is the second time I've had a opportunity to have a follow-up interview from Northern FanCon in Prince George. Names out of the way, as well as rank.
My name is Dennis Ferruzzi. My character's name is Zofar Tay, and I'm the Regional Commander for Canada for the Mandalorian Mercs.
My name's Elena, and I don't remember my character name. Kara Vetiden, which is Slayer of the Garden. And I have no rank.
You have no rank?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're working on that.
So, first question on that topic is that do you get to pick your character name?
Yep, you get to pick your character's name as long as you're doing custom character. which almost all of us do. We have the option of doing a canon character, which is obviously it's trying to exactly replicate an existing character, in which case you kind of have to get stuck with their name.
Yeah. Oh shucks, I'm Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That's
no,
right.
I'm John. Yeah.
John Fett.
Yeah, I'm his cousin. Just borrowing the armor for the weekend.
My character's name is Vetiden, which is Vet is farmer,
Okay.
and Vet is more gardener. Is that correct? Yes. And my name on the boards is Garden Geek.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So you're here at the Fan Expo, the 501 representing. You guys are the Rebels, right?
We are the Mandalorian mercs. So
Mandalorian.
no, we are not rebels. We just go to whatever side pays us the best.
We're the bounty hunters. Bounty hunters and mercenaries.
Gotcha.
That's right.
Cool. But still, you guys are here representing the organization encompassing, because you guys go here, you are under one umbrella, and you're
We
here.
are under the Star Wars umbrella.
Yeah.
We're sister clubs, so there's the big three of the 501sts, who are all the bad guys, the Rebel Legion, who are all the good guys, and then the Mandalorian Mercs, who are the fun guys. Who are the mercenaries, bounty hunters, etc.
But everything you guys do,
and
the
we
three,
we work side by side.
Yeah.
We work together for most of the time.
Yeah. And you're still here, like
Same
as an
idea. We're all
organization.
charity groups.
Exactly. Yeah.
And raising money for children's charities.
And which charity are you working towards helping this time around?
This weekend we're with Little Warriors International. It's a children's disaster relief fund based out of the U.S. It's a registered charity started by the same guy who founded our club, so it's we're pretty tightly knit with them.
Cool.
And that's who we're working with this weekend.
So how's the Fan Expo been treating you guys lately?
Fantastic. I've never been before. Really? This is I'm a newbie. Yeah. But I'm loving it so far.
Nice. So, like, this isn't an exclusive club. People can always jump online, go to your website, and get tips or even get help with becoming a full-fledged member, right?
Absolutely. And we also have armor parties. Try to do them every couple of weeks where we get together. I'll break out the barbecue and we'll have a barbecue and work on our costumes together and just, focus on getting each other set up.
Since you're a newbie, what brought you into and convinced you to support the armor and be a part of the organization?
Okay. So even being where you are, this might be the geekiest thing you've heard today. I read the books and she described the Mandalorian culture and how the Mandalorians adopt family and make their own family, and that was really important. My family has been broken for a long time, and being able to be a part of these guys has helped me make my own. And that's been really incredible for me.
That's not geeky at all. That's actually kind of sweet.
So, my boyfriend I met through the Mercs. My son has a full-on set of armor as well. I made it for him when he was 2.5. He was wearing it yesterday here.
It's one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
Where can people find you online?
MandalorianMercs.org is our main website. You can also find us on Facebook, Mandalorian Mercs Costuming Club. And those are probably the two best ways to find us. If you check out the website, you've got all sorts of tutorials, ask questions, you get a whole lot of help.
It is a huge forum online, and so that is a little bit intimidating to get into at first, but once you kind of dip your toe in the water, you definitely are always made to feel welcome.
Hi, my name is Evelyn13, and I'm a cosplayer and a model and a DJ.
Evelyn13, that's a very unique name. Why did you go with Evelyn13?
Evelyn is actually my middle name, so as a child, my brother would make fun of me from watching He-Man, calling me Evelyn, so it just kind of stuck. And 13 is a bit of a lucky number, so I just put them together.
Makes sense. Now, your cosplay is very unique, very stylish, and very much your own voice. What is your basis for inspiration when it comes to your choice of cosplay?
I do costumes of characters that I really like. I like to do a lot of dark and evil cosplays, and then just kind of make them my own, so put my own spin on it. So, for example, for Halloween this year, I did Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, but I actually bejeweled the mask. So it was like a blinged out Jason.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the vote for Pedro cosplay right now?
Yes. It's casual Sunday, and I'm a little bit lazy, so I went with Napoleon Dynamite.
And it looks great.
Thank you.
I saw your post, I believe you posted on Instagram about cosplay doesn't always have to be sexy, it has to be fun.
Yes, I believe that to be true, just because a lot of people get discouraged from dressing up because they think that it's going to cost them so much money and it has to be sexy, and maybe they don't feel confident about the way they look. So I just wanted to wear this today also to remind people that it's not about what you look like, it's about having fun.
Gotcha. So you said that you're a cosplayer, DJ, and...
A model.
A model?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing all three?
Well, I've been modeling for, like 8 years or so, and DJing probably longer than that. And then cosplay, I didn't actually know that there were conventions where I could go and dress up and with other people that were interested in the same thing till about 4 years ago, when I actually came to Vancouver Fan Expo for my very first time, because Elvira was here, and I was like, oh my god, I can't miss that. And I've cosplayed her as well since then. And now I've been coming to this convention for 4 years, and I've traveled to different ones like Dragon Con in Atlanta, and Edmonton Expo, and Fan Expo Canada in Toronto, just because I love it so much.
You create all of your own cosplay? All of your own outfits?
I don't make the outfits myself, but the concept of the outfit is mine.
Okay. Of the ones that you got an incredible spread here on your table. Of the ones here, which ones are the most fun, and which ones are the most daring for your own opinion?
This Harley Quinn one is one of my favorites.
You wore that on Friday.
I did, yes, because people get so excited when they see me dressed up as Harley Quinn, and I get to be a little bit silly and a little bit bouncy and fun. So I really get into character when I wear it, and I always have such a good time in it. I mean, I probably wouldn't wear the Vampirella outfit at a convention.
No?
I think I would freeze to death, and it might be a little too revealing for me personally, but it was really fun to do a photo shoot in.
Like a lot of your cosplay outfits are latex.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Why latex?
I really like the way that it looks. It's very colorful, it's shiny. It really makes me feel like I'm a superhero when I wear it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That really does make sense. Because you have to think like a lot of the the people who portray superheroes, they're in these tight, form-fitting costumes. Some of them it's a second skin to them.
Yeah, and I find with latex, you can use transparent pieces like I did on my Evelyn one, so that it's actually one piece, but I have armbands staying in place so I don't have to worry about them sliding off my arms and things.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Sometimes I'm smart.
Hey, you DJ.
Yes.
This is a part-time, full-time?
It's part-time.
Part-time?
Yeah, because mostly DJing gigs are on weekends. So I DJ a lot for Restricted Entertainment. They do a lot of local events, mostly alternative. I also DJ at Kitty Nights, which is a burlesque show that happens Sundays at the Biltmore. It's only once a month now, and I did the Vancouver Tattoo Show for the last 3 or 4 years here. And I've done a pool party in Florida. Those are my main gigs. And then I do I did the Fan Expo after party yesterday, which was amazing. So yeah, whenever I get booked, I just pack up my stuff and go.
Where can someone follow you on social media?
I have a website, evelyn13.com, and that has links to my Instagram, my Twitter, I think my Tumblr, and Facebook.
Hi, my name is Jamie Tyndall. I'm coming from Vancouver Fan Expo in downtown Vancouver, and I'm an artist for various publications and various titles. And my work, you can find it on G.I. Joe and Transformers and Assassin's Creed and in Fox Studio.
So how long have you been at this career?
About 5 years now. I studied at the University of Toronto originally, and I've been doing comic book work for about 5 years.
Were you always into comic book work? Did you start off as an illustrator?
I've been drawing all my life, really.
Okay.
When I graduated, I got into the internet when it kind of just started. So previously to this, I used to work at the Globe and Mail newspaper as an art director, and then I also worked for Flair magazine as an art director as well. So, and then I kind of haphazardly got into this when I moved to California. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Haphazardly, was it just like?
Just for fun.
Really?
It was just for fun originally. I was a creative director at a software company that did a lot of kind of like law enforcement and military intelligence work. Yeah. And then once the company sold, I ended up just kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Started drawing, and then got picked up by a bunch of publishers.
Really? Yep. Cool. What are you currently doing right now? Are you a contractor, or do you work for a specific publication?
I'm independent, but I basically work for most of the different publishers right now. I work on my own. I have my own company and everything else, but I get contracted by different publishers to do different work for them.
What is the basis of your inspiration, and like, what are your favorite type of characters to draw?
I pretty much draw everything. Inspiration comes from a lot of detail. I really like going to the Comic-Cons and you see different cosplayers dressed up in different costumes, and they kind of inspire a lot of the detail that I put into my own work.
You say you do Assassin's Creed, but maybe I'm naive, but I've never seen that on a video game cover.
The Assassin's Creed stuff I work on right now is for the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
cool.
Unfortunately, you don't see any of that here because I'm not allowed to show it just yet. But I've been working on the movie for a couple months.
Do you frequent a lot of cons like the Fan Expo like this?
Yeah, I do. I actually currently work for Fan Expo Toronto.
Oh, no way.
I do a lot of exclusive covers that they sell for the shows. And then I travel pretty much all over for different countries to do different shows. So about 20 to 25 shows a year.
Really? What's that like for life?
It's okay. I mean, you work when you get home, and then when you're on the road, you can work too. So you just have to balance everything.
Where can someone find you on social media, and do you have any big projects coming up in the horizon?
Most of the big projects coming up are Fox Studio stuff for the movies.
Okay.
And you can check out my website at www.jamietyndall.com.
My name is Allison. I'm a Twitch streamer called Yosi Post, and I'm also Allison's Illustrations on Instagram.
Hi, I am Tanisha Marcel. I go by Nikhil Genesis online. I'm a YouTuber and a makeup artist.
How long have you been into the world of cosplay?
It's been about 2.5 years now since our first expo where we cosplayed together for the first time.
Yeah.
Same for you?
Yeah, same for me.
You guys always cosplay together?
A lot of the time. I'd say like at least half of the time.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of cosplay, and do you guys make your own outfits? Start with you.
I kind of like doing gender benders. I like transforming myself into a guy. I think it's pretty fun.
Okay.
I've made a few props. I'm just starting to get into doing more prop work. I don't know how to sew or anything like that, so I usually just buy my costume.
So I usually go off my hair color because I'm a ginger, so I just pick characters that could have red hair or do have red hair.
Yeah.
And then I just don't wear wigs, so it's great.
Fair enough.
And then I usually order cosplays, and then I'll trim them to my own, measurements.
Made to fit.
So
basically.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, I tailor them.
How long have you? Is this your first Fan Expo?
Second.
Yeah, our second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys attend other events like this?
Like Anime Revolution. That's the other one that I've been to. Just these two.
Really?
I was planning on going to Anime Revo, and then I had an exam that day, so I'm gonna go.
Damn it, education.
Yep. It's okay. So just Fan Expo.
Cool.
Yeah.
You stream live on Twitch?
Yes.
And you YouTube?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. What do you do on Twitch?
So I mostly live stream art. So I'm a fine artist. I do traditional kind of Copic markers, pens, and I do mostly fashion illustrations, and then also some fan art. Right now I'm working on Realm from Final Fantasy VI. And then also just some gaming, play Heroes of the Storm, and a bit of World of Warcraft, a bit of retro gaming, and yeah.
And what do you do on YouTube?
Well, I do mostly makeup. I also do a little bit of hair and outfits, cosplay stuff I do as well. That's pretty much all I do. Lifestyle.
Oh, you're getting into cosplay, still learning how to basically create and sew.
Create, yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any big projects on the horizon? Do you have a bucket list of cosplay characters you want to hit?
I really want to do Akasha from Queen of the Damned, so that's probably going to be my next one. And I'd like to make that one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the breastplate and use Warbler for the first time, I think.
Like Andy Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool.
So that'll be fun.
And what about
you? Oh, I need to do Sailor Moon ASAP. That's been my dream since I was could think. So yeah, that's definitely a goal sometime soon.
What do you have to say for anyone who's just getting into cosplay?
I'd say don't be afraid of trying something different. I mean, this is kind of a place where you can totally feel free to like be yourself. And there's tons of other people that are like super comfortable with it, so nobody's gonna like judge you for whatever you decide to do.
Yeah, I mean, just have fun with it. Like, realize you're with a group of people that accept that and are like interested in that, and yeah, you're in a good crowd if you come to Fan Expo doing cosplay. So.